Class, as I told you yesterday that atoms are divisible into its subatomic particles, electron, proton and neutron. In this video, we will learn about the discovery of electrons, protons, atomic nucleus and neutron. Discovery of cathode rays leading to the discovery of electrons. Some years later, after the Dalton's atomic theory, a scientist named William Crookes performed an experiment in 1878. For his experiment, he take a tube is made up of glass and he connected it to the vacuum pump. This pump is used to reduce gaseous pressure. So inside the tube there is low gaseous pressure. He take two strips. One strip is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and another strip is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. The negative terminal is known as cathode and the positive strip is known as anode. When he switched on the battery, he observed that the blue rays pass from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. William Crookes called this ray, which is passes from negative to the positive terminal, as cathode rays. When this experiment were done, at that time scientists knew about the charges and the behavior of the charges, but they did not know that the electron contributes the negative charges. Class, you all know that. You learn about that the like charges attract each other and the unlike charges repel each other. So, this beam, light or beam which passes from negative terminal to the positive terminal, it means that cathode rays also have a negative charges. So, to verify that, the J.J. Thomson performed another experiment in 1897. When he take a negatively charged rod near to the cathode rays, it moves away from the negatively charged rod. From this experiment, he able to conclude that cathode rays are negatively charged particles. And these negatively charged particles now called electrons. So the discovery of electron is the great contribution in the field of science. J.J. Thomson told that these rays are moving from one terminal to the another terminal, so they are in motion. That's why the rays have kinetic energy and they cast a shadow of an object in their path. He also concluded that all electrons are identical and atoms of all types contain the same particles of electrons. He also concluded that the atom is electrically neutral, means there is no charge on atom. So it must be contain some oppositely charged particles. One is negative, so other may be a positively charged particle. So this conclusion further lead to the discovery of positively charged particles. A scientist, Goldstein, done an experiment in 1898. He constructed a special tube or modified cathode ray tube. This tube has two chambers. He placed a perforated cathode between these two chambers. Perforated cathode means cathode with hole. He connected perforated cathode to the negative terminal of the battery and anode to the positive terminal of the battery. When he supplied a high electric current through the battery in the discharge tube, he observed that a new type of rays produced from the anode, and these rays move towards the cathode ray passing through these holes. And these rays which are moving from anode are called anode rays. Class, you know that the unlike charges attract each other So in this case also, you know that the cathode is negatively charged. So these rays which are emitted from the anode are attracted towards the cathode. So these rays, anode rays, are positively charged. And these positively charged particles now called protons. These rays are also affected by electric and magnetic field. When we take a positively charged magnet towards it, it moves away from the magnet. But when we opposite the direction, when we attract towards the negative field. Hundreds years ago, people thought an atom is look like a sphere of negatively and positively charged particles. Later, a scientist, Lord Rutherford, done an experiment in 1911. And this experiment is known as Rutherford scattering experiment. For this experiment, he takes a thin gold foil and alpha particles. Alpha particles are positively charged part of helium atom. When he projected these alpha particles towards a thin gold foil, he observed that most of alpha particles move straight through the foil, but some alpha particles were deflected. In these deflected particles, some were slightly deflected and some are deflected by a large angles, and some alpha particles are moving back. For this experiment, he come to know that an atom on the whole is relatively empty, but there is a concentrated positive mass in the center. In the center of the atom, there is no space to move the alpha particles straight, so that's why they deflected or moved back. And this concentrated center of the atom is known as nucleus. And the study of the atomic nucleus leading to the discovery of neutrons. The neutron is not discovered until 1932. Researchers were finding that the proton is not only the part of the nucleus. For what? In the case of helium, it was found that the mass of the helium is 4 times more than the mass of the hydrogen. Why it is so? So this curiosity leads to the discovery of neutrons. To know about the concentrated mass in the center of the atom, that is nucleus, a scientist, James Chadwick, performed many experiments in 1932. He took beryllium and projected alpha particles to this beryllium. He observed that there are some new particles were released. After that, he checked the nature of these particles. For this checking, he passed these particles through the electric charges. When he passed these charges through the electric charges, he observed that there is no particles are deflected by these charges. So he concluded that neutron is neutral in nature. So through this experiment, he proved that in the nucleus of atoms are present particles which have no charge but mass almost equal to the mass of the proton.